Welcome to the Club Penguin podcast presented by TKCPCCheats.com. I'm Kimbu8884 here, and this is the start of something very special, both for me and I hope for the community. I've been planning on doing a podcast or some type of show now for about 6 months, and it finally worked out. It's finally the right time to present one to the community. This is something no one really has ever done, and I really think this is an opportunity for me to voice my opinion and for others to hear it through my voice instead of through words, which I think a voice can project more attention than words, so people can now really see what I think more in depth than what in a post. Now, to start off today, this is how traditionally we're going to start. We're going to go from the news to opinions to the story of the week to Twitter Q&A, and then the takeaway from the week. And we're going to start with the news of the week. The major news of the week was Club Penguin Island, and the most interesting thing about Club Penguin Island is it is something that is going to change the future of not only Club Penguin, but possibly mobile gaming as we see it. And people are so thrilled about it. I have never seen such energy in the community. And this news has brought so many people together from who have left years ago to come back and finally join this game and see what it's all about. That was the major news for the past week. To go along with that news, beta testing started for it. Very controversial though, and we'll kind of get into that later, but very controversial. Penguins are testing it. I've seen about 10 penguins on Twitter testing it. From what I've seen, Mad Zombie and Blocksters, he's been testing it. Those two have been testing it, and I've been keeping in contact with them very closely to get some inside information of it since I am not testing. Beta testing does close to December 1st. Thursday, December 1st. That's this coming Thursday. The controversial thing around that, again, is I don't think people are going to be testing now again. I think it's going to be this close test now, and that's another thing. Open testing is starting up soon as well. That's another piece of the news. Club Penguin Island moderator told Mad Zombie that they're going to be having an open beta soon, but they don't really know when. Or he didn't say when, but you can assume it's going to be after December 1st, or it could be December 2nd, who knows. Memberships during Club Penguin Island was also a big piece of news this week. We learned that the memberships will be about $5 a month compared to the $7.95 for the 1 month. We believe, we cannot confirm, but we do believe that it will be using a subscription service through iTunes and Google Play stores to keep that $5 rolling through. So that means 5 times 12, you're going to play for a monthly payment, is going to be $60 a year, basically. Can you pay that all at once? We'll see. I doubt it, but it's going to be going through your Apple App Store and your Google Play Store. So it's going to be easier then. So instead of getting Club Penguin memberships now, you're going to be able to get iTunes card and Google Play cards to access your memberships on Club Penguin Island. Another big piece of info, a moderator also said in early 2017 we should be seeing the release of this game, which is what I would have expected. We did hear 2017, obviously, from ClubPenguinIsland.com, and I was thinking, okay, it's probably early 2017, and it's pretty much confirmed now it's going to be early 2017. When in 2017, who knows? If I had to make a guess, probably February, March. But that's a key piece of information because people are going to be able to enjoy it really soon, and it's been really exciting. All right. Now, into the opinion portion of the Club Penguin podcast, the heart of the Club Penguin podcast. The future of Club Penguin is in Club Penguin Island. Let me give you my initial thoughts on Club Penguin Island. Club Penguin Island, well, before when it's called Project Super Secret, I think Project Super Secret, when they called it that, was probably the dumbest thing they could ever call it, if you ask me. I think they should have given it some type of name. I feel like calling it Project Super Secret just felt cheesy and just overused, and I hated using it in post. And now we have an official name. It's so much easier to call everything. But when Project Super Secret was developing, or Club Penguin Island was developing, I was seeing this interesting transition of going into a 3D world, going to that. And at first, when they released that for the Penguin iPad and iPhone app and Android app and all that, their app, I was not impressed for 3 key reasons. 1, I think it looked very pixely and I didn't like it. 2, I didn't like how it felt like it was slow and not I like that buttery smooth type get to go, like on Club Penguin itself. When you're clicking somewhere, I mean, it is a little bit slow because you have to waddle. It gives you the effect, but it felt really slow in there. It didn't feel fast, it felt slow. And 3rd, I didn't like how the app was structured. I didn't like how there was almost there was almost no need for the app. Basically, what I'm saying is there was no need for the app. So no one needed to go on it. No one needed to do this. Because this really wasn't that different. But then they made it different from Club Penguin itself, as far as incorporating free items and stuff like that. Then they got rid of that, and now it's just basically whatever. So I didn't like that, so I was very skeptical. And then when I heard about this was developing into something different, I was like, okay, this is something I can get into. I wasn't very impressed at first, and I started to get even more impressed of it when I saw more sneak peeks. Though I was a bit outraged at the mobile-only thing and getting rid of all of our items, but I honestly do understand. You can't remake thousands and thousands of items like that. It is impossible to do in a 3-year span of time or 2-year span of time. I do believe that if you really look at Club Penguin Island, I think you can get rid of that. You know, that factor that, oh my god, I just spent $400 in my 6 years of playing this game or however long, and now it's all going to waste. Really not. It's not. It was for the enjoyment, it wasn't for the items. Though I am a big believer in items, I think it was more for the enjoyment than the items. And you really got to move on. You just have to move on. So those people that are angry about that, I get it at first, but you got to move on. So I think that was irritating at first and all that. So I was very skeptical of all that, and I was skeptical because it said mobile only, and I did not like that at all. And then I heard, or we got some more sneak peeks about it, and then I started really liking it, you know, from what I saw. But then Spike Hike posted that last one before he left, and then that is when, to me, it caught my eye on how fantastic and how innovative it looked. It looked spectacular, and that's the thing, is it just looks spectacular, and that's what caught my eye on that sneak peek for the Spike Hike. Before, it really didn't look spectacular to me, to be honest. But now I'm looking at now it looks spectacular. Now I'm looking. I'll be honest, I haven't watched any videos about it from people that have been testing it, mainly because I don't want to see it yet. I want to feel it for myself. And I'm very impressed with the images I've seen. I'm very impressed with what's coming in. I've watched a few clips. It looks very fluid. Excuse me. You can really float through it. It looks fun. It looks exciting. It looks different. It's something different from Club Penguin. It's something incredible from them. It's a revival. I can't even put it to words what it looks like now. I want to play it and find out. But, you know, that hasn't happened yet. But, so I'm very impressed with it. I think for the future, though, I think it's really going to be something that could last 3 or 4 years. I'm going to make a pretty bold prediction. I think by 2019, 2020, it will still be here. We're still going to have Club Penguin Island. We are going to see another shift of where do they have to come up with something different by then? What's going to happen in 2019, 2020? Is there going to be something different that has to be developed? I mean, look where we're at now. We're at virtual reality. We're at AR. We're at all these different components and technology. Are they going to have to incorporate now? Did they start this too late? We don't know. But I think the future is strong for Club Penguin right now. It is visible future, the light to the tunnel. I said the end was near. It was inevitable this game was going to end if it kept going on like this. Give it another year and the game was going to end. Because I think the game is at the worst point it's ever been in its entire its entire time being on. It's in 2005. It is at its worst point, and I'm going to keep saying this for as long as I can. It is at its worst point ever, and it is now going to be revived, and it's going to be incredible how different it's going to be, how innovative it's going to be. And some things, I think, some of the key aspects of it to me that are really important, I think it is the island itself. The island is, it's not like it's not loading one room to the next, like Club Penguin. It is one world. That's why they change from servers to worlds. It is one world. You don't have to go into another room and have it load, take 10 seconds to load into another room. You can go in there and feel free and feel like you can do what you want. That's what's cool. That's what I love about it. Another key aspect to it, it is the friends list, for one. It is neat. You can see when someone's actually offline this time, and you're easy to add them, easy to interact. You can see what server they're on, all that, world they're on. Another thing is going to be the chat system. I think that's another key aspect to this game. Chat system is horrid right now. It is the worst thing ever. I mean, I've gone on rants on Twitter and tirades on Twitter about it, but really it is the worst. It is the worst for a game that is built around a chat system that they couldn't fix for 4 years. It is insane to me that it's even still like this to this day. But that's beside the point. I think Club Penguin Island also has another key aspect of daily use. That is one bad thing about Club Penguin, and I've always said it. No one listens, but I've always said it. There's no reason for me to visit Club Penguin every single day. There is no reason. You can't give me a reason because there isn't one. I'm going to tell you why. Because even those parties, the music jam, the Halloween party, the holiday party, prehistoric party, whatever party, you can come back and get a free item, right? But to be honest with you, there's nothing besides that could get me on there to go out every day. Some days I'll skip a day or two. I'll forget about it. To be honest with you, when I'm posting it, I usually wait a day before I do it for other reasons. But I wait. I forget about it, and then that's what happens. I forget about it. This game, this Club Penguin Island, there's a daily activity every day. In front of me, I've heard from Mad Zombie. He said it's harder. It's a lot harder than what we're used to. And it's a challenge. It's a challenge. That's the biggest point to me. It's a challenge that you can do every single day. And I think another key aspect to all this is you really get to enjoy the daily activities. It seems fun. It seems entertaining. Like I keep saying, it just seems fun. And I want to be able to do that. The key aspect to this game, it's going to be the reason why this game keeps going on. It's daily challenges and activities. And what should we expect is another category I would like to talk about for the Club Penguin Island. What should we expect? Well, there's not much I can predict because this game's it's pretty unpredictable right now. I think the one thing you can expect is there to be the fun. There should be fun. I keep stressing it, but it's going to be entertaining. It's going to be fun again. And that's what you really need to expect, is it to be fun and different. Fun and different are the two things everyone should expect. I honestly don't know what to expect. I do hope certain things happen, and I'll get into that in a second. But I really do think it's going to be something you can sit down and enjoy for a good hour, half an hour, 10 minutes, doesn't matter. I mean, it needs to be one of those long-lasting games like Clash of Clans or Clash Royale or any of those games that you go on every day and you're doing stuff for it. Now, there's some things that we don't know about yet. Parties. I don't know what it is. I really don't. But if I don't know what it is about parties, but there's something about them that makes sure you get on this game. They're the funnest part of Club Penguin. And I'm going to warn Club Penguin right now. If there is not one party on Club Penguin Island, the game will be going dead. Because I really feel like it is the key aspect of Club Penguin, not only Club Penguin, but of the game, it's of many games, is that you have that monthly thing that goes on. And if it does not happen, the game will not survive. It needs to have something. If they don't call it parties, call it whatever you want. But it needs to have something like that. And I've said it before, and I'm going to say it again. It will have to have parties. And I've been saying it, and some people don't listen, whatever. But it has to. I mean, if you don't, what is there going to be? Daily challenges? I mean, why would daily challenges get me on? After a while, it just gets tiring, just playing daily challenges every day. I want something that I could come on also and have a 2-week party, not a 6 to 8 week party we're having now. But I want something I can enjoy. I want something that I can come on and be able to go with people and actually have a fun time with. And it needs to be on there. Another thing, I think mascots are going to be huge. I miss already seeing the incorporation of Rockhopper and Antarctic. However, we should have some type of meetup with them. They should be somewhere. They should be more available to us. But I think the hard part is they're going to lose their famous aspect, where you come on and you meet them and all that. We could incorporate that. However, I believe if you can incorporate the mascots in a different way, in a more formal way possibly, that's fine as well. I just hope that they're really incorporated into this game, because I think it's a huge aspect of the game. I think they've been lacking the last 2 years, the mascots. I think they've put them to shame. I think they've been thrown out on the side of a pickup truck or something. I mean, that's what it seemed like. I feel like they've been abused by Club Penguin in a way that they're not accessible anymore, or they're accessible, but they're not. It's not fun anymore to meet them. It's not really that entertaining. They've lost their meaning. That's a big portion, or that's a big reason why. So I really think that they need to incorporate some with mascots. That would be major. There's just 2 things I would incorporate in there with this game, and I really feel like this game could, and it's going to bring out more. One wish list thing I would like to put in there is weather. I hope that would be incredible if we had rain or snow or something like that. It'd be really, really neat. There's endless possibilities with this game, guys, and that's really important for everyone. And I'm really excited about the game. Don't get me wrong. But I think that if they incorporate stuff like that, it's going to get people really excited. It's the little stuff that matters, and that's important. We'll incorporate weather, do something like that. I've always called for it in the game. Even a night mode in the game would be neat. But I've always asked for it in the game. I got a reply one time many years ago, and they said it would be really neat to do. Just a lot of challenges and all that, blah, blah, blah. And then they introduced where the Fire Ninja, Water Ninja, Snow Ninja can make the fire and the water and the type thing. And that's why and snow. And that's why the Ninja Party 2013 was my, whenever they introduced Water Ninja, or whatever. Cartucci Water, 2012, I believe. That party was incredible. It really was. I love the rain. I think the rain was great. I think they incorporated it really well and all that. Operation Blackout in 2012 as well, when they incorporated the snow like that, even though it didn't snow, but they incorporated where it built up every so often. That was great. So incorporate weather like that. I think it's going to be really key for this game, and I think everyone should maybe ask for it or something, because I think it would be really great. All right, now we're going to get into our story of the week. This is something we're going to be doing every single week. We're going to pick out my favorite article of the week, and today's by Tech70s, and it's called Let's Discuss CPI, or Club Penguin Island. It's a great article, guys. I recommend going to read it. I'll put a link in the description below of the article. But really, the article is just fantastic. I love Tech70. Shout out to him. He really knows how to write articles really well. One of the best bloggers in this community, if not the best. And he wrote this article about discussing what CPI was going to be like and all this and his opinions and everything. And it just really was down to earth, and I really enjoyed reading it. One of the greatest reads I think I've had in a while. Now we're going to go to our Twitter Q&A. I had some of you guys ask me some questions on Twitter. This one is by Blocksaurus CP. How many years do you think Club Penguin Island will last? Like I said, I think Club Penguin Island is going to last 5 years. I think we're going to be questioning it in 3 or 4 years, like I said earlier. Lenny Tai asks, if you could pick any former employee to return, who would it be, and what do you think the person can do for current Club Penguin? I would most definitely bring back Happy 77. I think she was a great joy. Not that I love Meg, but I think having those two women on the Clone team, Clone Island team now, would be even more fantastic because they have some of the greatest ideas I've ever seen, some of the greatest blogging I've ever seen, some of the greatest, most entertaining posts I've ever seen. Sheenie should come back. I would love to see it. What do I think she'll do for the current Club Penguin? I don't think they'll do anything really per se. I think what should happen is Meg should be the general manager, and then Happy 77 should be the lead blogger. But we're not gonna get into that really. But I think that's what should happen, and that would help the game. I think any woman running a game would be significantly helpful because they've been a part of this game for a while, both of them. Not a while, but at least Happy 77 has. And even if she was general manager, okay. But I think any women and the Clone team that we've seen should be there. I mean, I think they're great. I don't see why they couldn't be. What's your best Club Penguin memory? Ryan EC1 asked, my favorite Club Penguin memory is probably the 2012 Operation Blackout because it was the most enjoyable party I've ever been at, and also the Penguin Cup in 2014 when I wasn't online and I used my brother's account to play. That was a really fun party, and I loved it a lot. Those two were great memories, but I would pick my Operation Blackout. It is going to be number one because it was the most thrilling party I've ever been a part of on that island, and I was so glad I was there. Mad Zombie asks, if you could add anything to CPI that isn't already on there, what would it be? I said weather earlier. However, I would also add, I would probably add some type of reward system. I think there should be like stamps. I think there should be a reward system. Search CP will agree with me on this one if he's listening. There should be some type of reward system. Either way, I don't care if they call it stamps again. There needs to be some type of award system get on there. And I know there is that daily thing and all that, but I think there should be an award system, if I'm not mistaken. Hopefully there's one on there already. Gary Gray Hair says, what do you think of the way they selected beta testers? I think it was probably the worst way they could ever select beta testers ever. I think bloggers should be selected first, should be getting the closed beta for 2 weeks, and then what I would have done is open it to another 1,000 or 2,500 or 1,500 people or whatever, invited less people on for another 2 weeks, and then did the open beta for everyone to join for another 2 weeks, shut it down, get everything right, get it open for the release date. That's what I would have done, but obviously that logic was not there. 1999 Blue asks, what enhancements do you want for Club Penguin Island? I said it earlier. I mean, a lot of the enhancements are already coming with the chat system and the friend system and just moving better on the island. I think one thing, and I haven't, I think the weather thing, I keep going back to that, I think would be a great enhancement. Night and day feature would even be better. I won't say that. I think it'll be just under the weather thing for me on wants. That should be also on there. The kind of like a night shift thing like you see on the iPhones. And I don't know how to pronounce your name, but CMP KYTACHII. What's the most exciting thing you saw on CPI? The most exciting thing I saw on there is just the look of it. It is exciting. It is thrilling. It is incredible. And that is why I want to play this game. And that is why I'm so thrilled that this game is coming. Here's my takeaway from the week to end this podcast. Thank you all for joining me today. I'm really happy, really thrilled. We're going to be doing this every week. And I just cannot wait to hear what you guys have to think about this. My takeaway from this week is Club Penguin Island is outstanding. It is going to be the future. It is going to be incredible. But be warned. Be warned that we have seen Club Penguin itself develop in 10 years. We live in a different society now. 11 years. We live in a different society now. Things go by very quick. So, be warned. Many think this could last years. I personally think it will. However, it could not last. It could maybe only last a year or two. We don't know. But be warned that could happen. So enjoy it while it lasts, because it might not always be here. But I think it always will be for at least the next 4 or 5 years. However, just be warned, anything can happen. But it's outstanding. Check it out when it comes out. Be there. And visit tkcpcheats.com for the latest info on Club Penguin Island's news, guides, and just everything that is going to be going on the island, and exclusive information as well. Thank you to Mad Zombie for all that and everything on Club Penguin Island. Hopefully I'll get the beta test soon. If not, we'll be there for the open test for sure. I'll bring a YouTube video of gameplay and all that. Thank you for joining me today again. It was fun doing the first episode of this. And we'll see you next week with even more news and more opinions on Club Penguin Island and anything that goes on Club Penguin. See you next time.